Welcome back for minute 22 of I Love You 3000 Minutes.
I'm Richard.
And I'm Brian. And this is the podcast that time traveled back, Endgame style, to rewatch for the entire Infinity Saga from Iron Man 1 to Spider-Man Far From Home. One glorious minute at a time. And Richard, what happened in this minute?
Also pretty straightforward. He gets shown around camp a little bit. He sees they have some stock of his missiles and his weapons that he's produced, which, kind of foretells kind of how ISIS gets formed, because they obtain weapons after we leave occupation there, and then we immediately try to reoccupy. Crazy stuff. Anyway,
this is definitely a rebranded Al-Qaeda at the time.
Yes, exactly. So he gets shown around, and the leader guy says, "What do you think?" He says, "What do you think?" I don't remember if he says that in his native language or not, or if he actually says that. Check really quick.
I was going to say, I know the answer to that. I like that they didn't do the blockbuster thing where characters of another nationality or another language speak English for no good reason. So he says everything in his native language, and Jensen is translating the entire time, which I really like, and I'm so glad it fit in this minute. It set us up for that great moment of, and when you're done, he will set you free. Handshake. No, he won't.
Mm-hmm.
No, he won't.
Uh-huh.
Mwah! Just being accurate, as accurate as you can be in a big blockbuster, and not be inaccessible, and allowing those extra tidbits when you don't defy logic. I'll be eating my words once we get to Captain America and all the Nazi bombs are marked with English. Like New York, Chicago, that kind of stuff. But in this, I appreciate it. And it did give...
When you say Nazi bombs, you mean bombs that the Nazis are using?
On the plane in Hydra,
mm-hmm.
all the bombs that they're supposed to drop are marked in English, like Berlin, New York, Chicago, when everyone's like, it should have been in German. But it was like a comic book,
mm-hmm.
where it wouldn't, I guess, normally have that. But in this case, they went more realistic, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's really good. I normally like that too. A lot of other countries do speak English, though, just because it's a common... Like, I went to Haiti, they knew some English. The Caribbean, they knew English. The Philippines, they know English.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean when I say that. Like,
not every country knows English.
Just when you get a movie fighting Nazis, and the Nazis all by themselves are talking to each other in English.
Yes,
and you're like, why are they talking to each other in English?
No, yeah. But just... Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. And we kind of skipped... they were negotiating. It's a little bit of a tough negotiation.
Well, not really. He just explained what he wanted and that he would let him live. And then the only things that are said, I believe, are Jensen translating, and then Tony at the end, and Jensen saying, no, it won't.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's scrub through that.
And I like that it's pretty much known that Jensen, he's a friend there for Tony. He's an ally there with Tony. So.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So as we scrub through, let's get some details. They've got Stark Industries on everything. Literally, I don't see any other logo for any other company.
Many weapons crates. One of them says U.S. Army, but he sells to the U.S. Army, right? So, that's lot number blah blah blah.
KG483, which might be a comic book thing. I would not be surprised.
Could be.
Like, you're in the hottest place, and you've got a jacket with what kind of material is that?
Fleece.
A fleece?
Yeah.
Why are you giving him a fleece jacket? Jeez, this boy is soft. He's a soft boy on the outside. He needs nightcaps and hot towels. And he's wearing a fleece jacket. And not a bead of sweat on his beautiful brow. Just that's...
Maybe it's colder than we think.
Don't... There will be no skiing in this sequence, Richard.
Should we say anything else for this minute?
Just doing one more pass just to see. Yeah, even their tarp or their coverings for the covering up the weapons have gaps in it, so they're not expecting any snow or rain. Let's see if Jensen's man, his sweater looks hot. Jeez, I don't know. Why are everyone just get in some tank tops for the love of your pits?
Yeah, man. I mean, there's some like maybe culture is the wrong word, but like when it's warm out, they still wear long sleeves just so that they don't get burned by the sun, and they're just used to it.
Yeah, and I know everyone except Tony is definitely could be used to it. You know,
Figure if it's
the
100
first friend I made in California, if it got below 65 for her, she would be shivering like a chihuahua, and I was like, "This is nice.
This is perfect weather."
Woo. But we're from Chicago.
I have a funny California story.
What is it, Richard?
It was weather like that, except it was misty outside, and I was wearing a jacket, and I was gonna leave California that day and head back home, and I walked by a lady. She's like, "What? Aren't you cold?" And I'm like, "Oh, I mean, I'm from Chicago. I'm kind of used to it." And she straight up said, "Oh, so you're one of those people?" And she just walked away. I was like, "What?"
Only because of the words that she
Yeah.
said, but I have to ask, what color of the skin was she?
She was white. Well, I think she was.
Karen.
I barely remember.
And I just said that only to trigger the people who say that Karen is the new N-word.
Yeah. I barely remember because she had sunglasses on. So it's like, it hid the eyes, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, maybe we can assume.
My sunglasses are as enveloping as Tony Stark's Iron Man helmet. No, but I got you.
But anyways, they might have just been wearing sleeves out there. Figure, say it hits 105 outside, it's actually warmer inside your body, right? So you might as well just cover up, maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully it's 98.6 degrees in your body.
Yeah.
For you not to, unless you have a fever. But
not a drop of sweat on them. All of them just have superior cooling systems in their bodies.
Yeah, and they filmed this legitimately enough, for the setting. They're not hiding any snow in the background. That must have been such a pain just to not have them look sweaty, I guess, in between takes. But that's it.
Or where they were filming wasn't very warm.
I mean, it's a desert. I gotta imagine it had to be warm enough.
It might have just been a controlled location. I don't know. It might not have been a desert. You know where they filmed the scene?
No, but they were in a desert when they got ambushed, and we can see that there's this isn't lush green pastures or anything like Switzerland or from The Sound of Music. So it's got to be hot enough for the vegetation to grow like that. And for it to be barren like that. They did not film this on a lot,
Well, not a lot, but just not a desert. Just some. They could have filmed in the States. Some.
I know I think they definitely filmed in the States. But, later he crashes down in sand. So it can't be that cold.
Gotcha.
But, they're all from Los Angeles, so who knows how heat-hardened they are. That's all I've got for minute 22, though. How about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Alrighty.
I'm Richard.
I'm Brian.
You've got an army.
We've got a podcast.